Welcome to Module 3, Video 5 from the Safe and Effective Use of AI in Education online resources.
When it comes to exams, schools, colleges and exam boards take breaches of integrity seriously, but integrity must be embedded throughout all learning, including homework and other unsupervised work. AI presents both opportunities and challenges in education. While it can support learning, it must be used responsibly. The focus must remain on ensuring students and pupils develop their own knowledge and skills, rather than relying on AI-generated content. One of the challenges around academic integrity is that AI-generated content can be difficult to distinguish from student work. Some detection tools claim to identify AI-generated content, but research shows they are unreliable. They can produce false positives, disproportionately affecting students for whom English is an additional language, and often fail to detect well-disguised AI use. Professional judgment and a clear understanding of students' typical work, rather than relying solely on detection tools, will always be the most effective way to identify potential misuse and avoid incorrectly accusing students of misuse. For exams, JCQ guidance makes it clear that students and pupils must submit work that is entirely their own. If they use AI in any way, it must be appropriately acknowledged. Failure to do so constitutes malpractice and may result in severe consequences, including disqualification. Teachers and assessors must investigate suspected AI misuse and take appropriate action. The full JCQ guidance can be found in JCQ AI Use in Assessments. Manual checks are one of the most effective ways to identify AI misuse. The JCQ outlines steps for educators in identifying misuse, keeping watch for inconsistencies in student work and checking for unusual vocabulary, tone shifts and unverified references. If plagiarism or AI misuse is suspected, educators should try to confirm the source before reporting through the appropriate channels. The JCQ's quick guide for students on AI and assessment is a valuable tool to share with your students and pupils. As we become better at discussing risk and spotting intentional and/or accidental misuse of AI, pupils and students are just as likely to become more adept at using generative AI, and so the likelihood of misuse may also increase. There is the potential for this to happen during non-examination assessments, or NEAs, at Key Stage 4 and 5 level. However, other less formal assessments take place throughout schools and colleges all the time. These may be done under supervision or away from the classroom at home. Some pupils and students may be equipped with their own device, whereas others are reliant on access to classroom-based PCs or laptops. Each context will be different, and how students and pupils access generative AI in support of their work in and out of school or college will require individual interpretation and should be reflected in your organisation's relevant policy. While plagiarism is the uncredited use of someone else's work, AI misuse can involve over-reliance on AI-generated content in ways that bypass genuine learning. Schools and colleges must provide clarity on when AI is not to be used, ensuring pupils and students understand their learning should be based on their own efforts. AI use is not just a concern at Key Stage 4 and 5, and students and pupils of all ages need to understand that their learning should come from their own engagement with the material. Embedding discussions about AI early helps students and pupils recognise that reliance on AI-generated content is not a substitute for genuine academic effort. It's important for students and pupils to understand that AI should not be used in place of independent thought and critical engagement. Homework presents a particular challenge. AI tools can support educators in preparing learning materials, but it is not something that should be relied on by students and pupils to complete their work. Some may attempt to use AI tools to bypass the learning process, undermining their own development. Others may not yet understand that using AI-generated work as their own is a form of misconduct. Educators should set clear expectations that students' work must be their own, and assignments should be designed to encourage independent thinking. Tasks that require personal reflection, reasoning, or practical application are more effective at promoting learning and are harder for AI to complete convincingly. It's important to understand when discussing AI detection tools that they have limitations. False positives can unfairly penalise students, and AI detection tools are not always reliable in distinguishing human and AI-generated work. Schools and colleges should provide guidance on how to approach such cases fairly, ensuring students are not disadvantaged. The focus should remain on ensuring students and pupils develop their own understanding and skills without reliance on AI-generated work.
In written work, you can encourage citation of sources, and in other creative and technical subjects, you can focus on activities that make the process and iterations of the work visible and transparent. Most of all, it's important that students and pupils understand where the use of AI constitutes cheating. Mock or practice assessments are a good opportunity to practice completing authentic work. If malpractice is suspected, discussing the work with a student can help as part of a holistic approach to investigating. As new technologies and AI tools emerge, determining their acceptable use will be an ongoing challenge. Making clear the expectations around how much or how little our students and pupils can use generative AI for their work, particularly in assessments, is important. Any access to AI for students needs to be carefully planned, considering the DfE's policy position on the use of AI and its product safety requirements. And access must also be in line with keeping children safe in education guidance. Most freely available tools will most likely not be suitable for student use, as they will not have the appropriate safeguards in place, and the model may learn on the prompts and information that is input into them. These conversations need to remain open and ongoing as technologies develop. Always ensure that you follow your settings, policies and guidance on this. By fostering a culture of integrity and setting clear expectations, schools and colleges can ensure AI does not compromise authenticity or bypass the important thinking that's part of the learning process. When students and pupils understand both the risk and ethical concerns of AI, they're better equipped to engage with learning in a way that prioritises their own effort and development.